Oliver with Three Stripe Management. Today's my topic of conversation is new condo ownership. Now, it's not going to be the full in-depth review that can take hours and days to explain and understand. Very simply, a truncated version. To begin with, it's the elements that make up a community association. Community relations, how we communicate with owners. Financial management, how we put together the financial statement, understand the expenses, and maximize our income. Governance and legal issues, all those small ramifications defined by your governing documents. Risk management and insurance, both the reserve study or condition assessment of your property, which will help us build a maintenance calendar and long-term maintenance projections, as well as the specific coverages that are provided to your association. And finally, property maintenance. No association is complete without each one of these elements. As a new buyer to a condo, you want to understand how these elements, what the methodology is behind each one of those things is implemented. In community relations, it means looking at notices, announcements, the annual meeting, and how transparent the organization is. Is the board easy to communicate and get a hold of? Are you forced to go through the manager? Not necessarily a bad scenario, but it's going to help you determine how that association is set up and what you can expect in a response. Financial management. Is a budget being produced on an annual basis? Is your accounting transparent and accessible? If you have a question about what the association's finances look like, are you able to get those directly? Is it digital? Is it electronic? Or is it a paper format? And again, how difficult is it to get to those documents? Governance and legal issues. At some point, we will always need to turn to an attorney to provide an interpretation of your governing documents. However, there's a lot of standardized language within these documents that allows you as an incoming buyer to be assured that you are buying into a consistent methodology of governance. Ultimately, it's up to your board of directors to govern how the association moves forward, but there's a lot of leeway there, and you want to ensure that your association is being managed in the most appropriate manner to your documents. Risk management and insurance. Who is your insurance agent on it? Sometimes it's a simple question, but do they understand the specific coverages necessary for a community association? That is a risk mitigation tool, as is the condition assessment. Reserve study is mandated by law, as I'm sure no doubt a lot of you new condo owners are aware of. So it's understanding if they have an up-to-date one, if it's complete. Are all of the elements that need to be verified included in it, or is anything missing? And again, that's going to become the basis for a property maintenance schedule, which leads us right into property maintenance. Both key and access control. How safe and secure is the facilities? How easy is it to get a key? Are there methods in place to ensure that no fraudulent activity will occur? And of course, the maintenance of the property. Some of these things can be seen. Just walking around a property will give you a good idea as to how well it's being maintained. Is landscaping kept free and clear off the building? Are the irrigation systems up to date? What does the roof, siding, and windows look like? But in a more detailed fashion, you need to understand what the governing documents say, and more importantly, how the board plans to manage that maintenance. Building a schedule, being transparent about that schedule, both helps you itemize your expenses and costs, which is a financial management tool, as well as ensuring the value of your property is maintained. If you have any questions about these things, or you're concerned that maybe your property is not being maintained to the level it needs to be, I'm happy to be of assistance and troubleshoot any problems that I might be able to. Oliver with Three Stripe Management, protecting your investment.